Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to deconstruct something that affects pretty much every school out there, the timetable. Now, it might look simple, right? Just a grid. But oh man, getting it right is a total masterpiece of organization.
So think about this for a second. How do you actually schedule hundreds of classes for hundreds of students and not create complete and utter chaos? I mean, this is way more than just plugging dates into a calendar. It's this massive high-stakes puzzle. Get one thing wrong, and you can throw the whole school into disarray. So yeah, how do you solve it without pulling your hair out?
Well, the secret, it turns out, is all in the design. And in this explainer, we're going to see exactly how modern software, we're using the InstaClass system as our example here, takes this crazy complex puzzle and turns it into something, well, something you can actually solve.
So, the whole thing is built on one really simple but super powerful rule. It's all about one timetable per class, per year, per section. That's it. Everything gets organized by creating a unique schedule for each specific group. And this simple idea, it just cuts out so much confusion right from the get-go.
All right, so before you can even dream of dropping classes into time slots, you've got to lay the foundation. It's like building a house, right? You need a solid base. This is that prep phase. And honestly, getting this part right is the secret sauce to avoiding basically every major headache down the road.
And here's that foundation. These four things are non-negotiable. You've got to have the academic year defined, all your grades and sections created, all the subjects listed out, and of course, all your teachers in the system. If you miss any of these, you're basically building on quicksand. This little checklist, this is what makes the whole process actually work. Okay, foundation is laid. Now let's start building the actual grid, the framework for the whole schedule. And this is where you really start to see the cleverness of the system kick in. It takes what used to be hours of tedious manual work that was just begging for mistakes and replaces it with something way, way smarter.
I mean, just think about the old way for a second. You'd be sitting there, manually typing every single start and end time for every period, every day. The chance of a typo or an overlap was just massive. But the smart way? It uses this awesome auto-generation feature that only needs 3 little pieces of information from you.
And here they are. Seriously, it's this simple. You just tell the system, 1, what time does the day start? 2, how long is each class? And 3, how many periods are there in a day? That's it. You provide those 3 things, and the system does all the heavy lifting for you. And check this out. This is what you get. With just those 3 inputs, 9 a.m. start, 45-minute classes, 4 periods. Boom. The system instantly spits out a perfect schedule. No overlaps, no weird gaps, just a clean, perfectly structured grid. And it literally took seconds to create. Okay, so you're probably thinking, but what about breaks? Or lunch? A school day isn't just classes stacked on top of each other. And you're right, but the system handles that beautifully. You just tell it where to insert a break and for how long, and then you just watch the magic happen. You see that? We added a 15-minute break right after period 2. And look what the system did. It automatically pushed periods 3 and 4 down the timeline. It didn't mess with the 45-minute length of the classes, it just adjusted everything else around the break, instantly.
All right, so our grid is built, the timing is flawless. Now for what I think is the fun part, actually filling it in. This is where we start assigning the subjects and teachers to all of those empty slots.
Now, if you've ever had to do this the old-fashioned way, you know the pain I'm talking about. You build a Monday schedule, and then you realize Tuesday and Wednesday are almost identical, so you have to type it all out again and again. It's so tedious. Well, this is a super common problem, and of course, the system has a really smart fix for it.
It's this beautiful little thing called the copy day feature, and it is a game changer. You get one day, let's say Monday, absolutely perfect. Then you just tell the system, hey, copy this to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then all you have to do is pop in and change the 1 or 2 little things that are different. What used to take hours now takes minutes. It's awesome.
Okay, deep breath. The schedule is built, it's filled. We are at the final and most crucial step. This is the quality check before this thing goes live and gets seen by, hundreds or thousands of people, students, parents, other teachers. This is how you make sure you can hit publish with total confidence.
So let's talk about some common mistakes. The biggest one? Overlapping periods. When you do it by hand, it's so easy to accidentally schedule 2 things at once. But remember that auto-generation feature we talked about? If you use that, this mistake is, well, it's impossible. The system just won't let you do it. Problem solved by design.
Here's another one that's surprisingly easy to do. You build this absolutely perfect, beautiful schedule, and then you realize you did it for the wrong academic year. The fix for this one is so simple though. It's just about forming a habit. Always, always double-check your year, grade, and section on that very first screen before you do anything else.
And right at the very end, before you push the big red button, you get two really important choices. You can save as draft, which means it's still your private little project, hidden from everyone else. But when you hit publish, that's the point of no return. It's live. It becomes the official timetable for everyone to see.
So before you hit that big publish button, just do yourself a favor and run through this one last quick checklist. Is the year right? Grade and section correct? Are the breaks in there? It's your final line of defense, and it's what guarantees you end up with a perfect timetable that everyone can actually trust.
And there you have it. That's a peek behind the curtain at the hidden logic of the school timetable. It's such a great example of how something really complex and, let's be honest, tedious can be totally transformed by some smart, user-focused design. And it kind of makes you wonder, right? What other huge, complicated puzzles in our everyday lives are being quietly solved by this kind of elegant